Welcome to Better Bachelor. My name is Joker with a face for radio and a voice for print. Different topic today, but again, as bachelors and as men that need to know what's going on in the world, I thought I wanted to cover this because things are going to continue to get a little bit crazy, especially as we work towards, at least here in the United States, our next presidential election. But I think this is something that either the government's probably well aware of or already using. So this is something you need to be aware of so that if you hear an audio clip or pretty soon these videos coming out where, they can do I forget the name of the technology, where they take someone's face and run it through AI for, I don't know, a couple of weeks, and they can place their face over someone else's. For some reason, that's just escaped me in the moment. But I know all of you will comment down below like you usually do. But now they've gotten pretty good on analyzing voices, and now you can just type out whatever you want the voice to say, and it'll read it. And I have a couple of examples for that. If you look at the I forgot to bring up my thumbnail for this one. Let me drop this in here real quick. Boop. If you look at this, now obviously this is a cartoon rendering of Joe Biden, but I was on Twitter today checking around. This guy named Calvus, he says at Kalvous, and he says 100% original content. He's a meme tech, he calls himself, and this is on his page, and it does have his watermark in the bottom right-hand corner. So I want to give him credit for this because he's the one that put this together. First, we're going to start out here. This is from Joe Biden when he was on the Senate floor, when he was the senator of Delaware before he became vice president back in 1993, and he's talking about his crime bill. The reason why I want to bring this up is because I believe this is where the audio was captured from, because as you know, President Biden's voice has changed a lot since he was a senator to now. He speaks much more gruffly and also not English, so that's always something to be aware of. But I want you to listen to this voice, and then I'm going to go to the AI voice so you guys can hear that as well. Oh, and as a reminder, I did an AI video on the spicy content creators and stuff like that. That's over on Rumble and Locals Only. Couldn't make it here to YouTube. That's happening more and more, guys. Project Veritas stuff is not making it up to YouTube. You're gonna have to find real news on Rumble or offsites because it's not gonna be here anymore if you're on YouTube. All right, let me play just a second of this, and I want you to just kind of, doesn't matter what he's saying, I want you to listen to the voice and get an idea of his voice here.
Of the United States of America, not with his attorney general, not with anyone else, with Bill Clinton, President of the United States of America, who between the time he got elected in November until the time he was sworn in, called me at my home on...
Okay, so you kind of get an idea of it. Now I'm going to jump over to, let's see, this. And obviously, again, this is just a guy that took a picture and he moved the picture and things like that. This is meme. But once they use the facial recognition, why can't I think of the damn name of that? Deepfake. Deepfaking is the word. I don't know why that left my head this morning. I got my coffee here. Apparently, I haven't had enough of it. Deepfaking. And so pretty soon they're going to be able to deepfake because they can already do it in movies and other things like that. So again, eventually they're going to deepfake a face on somebody else's. And they even have real time where somebody can speak in my voice with like my face, and a computer can generate a completely 3D AI simulation of some other guy. Matter of fact, I saw it. It was done with Morgan Freeman. I'll see if I can find that, and then I'll edit it in or tack it on the end here. But I want you to listen to the voice that's used here in this, and kind of ignore the cartoon face. I mean, you can watch it if you want, but if you want to just close your eyes, tell me this doesn't sound like Biden from the previous video.
Good evening, fellow Americans. I come before you today to share a deep and personal secret that I have kept for a long time. For decades, my family and I have been operating a vast international criminal enterprise. We have been involved in a wide range of scandals, all of which were designed to generate money to finance my need for adult diapers due to my severe incontinence. My son, Hunter, was the one who handled most of the diaper business dealings. He traveled around the world using his sleazy underworld connections to secure contracts in countries such as China and
Okay, so you get the idea. Obviously, I could keep going. I had to crank my volume there quite a bit because it's a relatively low. But it has the nasal quality that he has. It has the inflection, the tone, the pauses, all very, very similar. And so we're getting to the point now where if somebody comes out and they said, oh, on a hot mic, we caught Biden or Trump or whoever. Now, yes, they can have FBI go in and analyze it. But if it's the government that wants you to feel a certain way about something, then they're obviously not going to, or they'll quote unquote analyze it and tell you, nope, completely legit. So this is kind of where we are right now. Let me bring up another one here. This is the other one that I wanted to show you guys. This is Alec Guinness from the original Star Wars. He was Obi-Wan Kenobi, a very recognizable name. I'm gonna play this one because number one, it's funny, but number two, you'll see that again with these voices, it's going to be really hard to tell. Now, it may not be quite perfect, but it is so close. I think most people would say if I said to you this was recorded in 1977. When the original Star Wars came out, I think a lot of people would be like, oh yeah, I get that. If it was a legitimate wording, you'll hear how this doesn't make any sense, but that's part of the fun of it.
Did I ever tell you about Ahsoka Tano? She was your father's exotic teenage alien apprentice, a fine piece of jailbait from a more civilized age. She had the tightest body and the perkiest little breasts in the galaxy, barely legal in most systems.
Now, I can't play this one too long because, of course, they dubbed over the Star Wars music in the background and everything like that. So I have to put a little pause in here. And you can hear that what he's actually saying is not like, I mean, it might have been him offset, but again, this is all, I'll play a couple more seconds for it. But again, if you close your eyes and just listen, although nothing's moving here, you could swear this was recorded from the movie in 1977.
And I used to double team her at the end of every successful campaign during the Clone Wars, and once in a while we'd even have the entire 500 first run a train over her, part of official Jedi training, of course.
So you can, and again, this one's not by the same creator. This one didn't have any watermark on it, so I don't know who created this one. But you guys are seeing the point that I'm putting out here, is that we're in for, I've been saying this for a long time, that we're in for bad times. But the bad times don't just mean the economy. They don't mean, underemployment, high unemployment, low wages, expensive foods, things like that. It's also going to be a lot of psyops. And I think, I truly believe if the government gets to the point where they feel they need to sway public opinion on something, and they want to throw somebody under the bus, political candidate, world leader, anyone really at this point, they can make something up, and they will use deepfake technology. And some of the deepfake, let me see if I can find the Morgan Freeman thing I was talking about. All right, I found it. If the perspective on the camera just changes, because my little 4K camera, the software seems to be having issues today, so I had to open it back up, and it may have changed the perspective a little bit. This is the Morgan Freeman. Now, this is from a Nep. I don't know who that is. He's got 6,000 subscribers, but this has 600,000 views. I don't know if this is his content or if he took it from somebody else. But anyway, you can see Morgan Freeman here, and I'm going to play just a second of it. All right, we'll try this again. Okay. Every clip I'm coming up with is kind of janky, so I'm trying to search around a little bit and see if I can find it for you. Anyway, this is from Mastermind Lakian. He said, this is definitely not Morgan Freeman. Are you still trusting your senses to tell you what's real or fake? Do you need computers to analyze and tell you what's real? He says, ladies and gentlemen, this is the era of humans taking control of machines to help humanity stay real. Or to be a psyop and throw your brains on this. Now, if you watch just the Morgan Freeman segment of this, and again, all I did is do a search for Morgan Freeman deepfake to find this. But if you watch this, you'll notice that his lips aren't perfectly synced. They're like a little bit behind. But again, this is this is live. So if they recorded this and then resynced the audio a little bit, I think it would fool most people. Let me play just a couple seconds of this here.
Well, at least in contemporary terms, it is not. What if I were to tell you that I am not even a human being? Would you believe me? What is your perception of reality? See to feel.
Yeah, they've got music. I wish they wouldn't put this janky-ass music over everything.
Does that make it real? Or is it simply the ability?
But all the head movements are perfectly synced. The voice is very, very close. This is where we're getting on this stuff. And so, again, I'm telling you guys this stuff so that you're aware of it, so that you know what's happening, so that as the WF, although I don't even think I can say that acronym anymore because they took down my or demonetized and age restricted my video that I talked about the spicy girls going around to the Davos people, and I didn't break any, and I didn't do anything against YouTube's terms, but anybody that speaks about that group of people seems to get demonetized. And the reason why they do that is they can't say, oh, we're going to give you a strike, or we're going to take down your information, or you did something wrong. They're just going to do that to discourage you from talking about it. It's still getting talked about on Twitter, on Rumble, on locals channels like mine. It's just not going to be on YouTube anymore. This is why I say the deeper we get into this stuff, if you want to look at cartoon kitties and you want to watch puppy videos, then YouTube's great for you. If you want to learn how to build a computer or how to grow an ear of corn, great, YouTube's fine for you. But if you want to start hearing from the alternative voices, the people that are actually saying, hey, here's some other crazy stuff that's going on, you better get your ass over to Rumble. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, because YouTube's really not being very fair to a lot of content, and those people are just moving off the platform because everything they want to talk about are the things that I'm talking about here. But is this AI voice, the AI video, the deep fakes improve over the next year or two leading up to the next election? I think the misinformation is going to go crazy. And I think if the machine finds anybody to be a threat, there will be a mysterious audio recording. There'll be a caught on video type event. And the people that try to debunk it and say, no, wait a minute, I ran through this analysis or that analysis, they're going to be removed from, YouTube or wherever else, Twitter, Google, whatever, because the machine wants them removed. And they'll say, you must listen to our data experts. You can't listen to these other people that are conspiracy theorists. This is where we're heading. 2 years ago, I said something doesn't make sense with the bug and how our stock market's at all-time highs and it's being propped up by the Fed and we're overprinting money, and all of that's coming true. I'm not saying I'm going to be right on this, but I am saying if you just follow the logic and you follow the trends, we're not going to know what to believe. And some people will believe it, and they'll be the ones screaming at you. You won't know if you can believe it. Things are going to get very confusing and very messy over the next couple of years. And I think it's so the deep state and the rest of these governments can push through with their programs that they want to push through on us, and it's going to be a mess. So just pay attention. Got another couple of topics I may end up putting out either today or tomorrow. I don't want to oversaturate you guys with too many videos in 24 hours. But I may have another video or two coming out today. I got lots of topics I want to talk about. We'll see you in the next one.